Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Seven Sisters Pubcast. I am Bianca, the better half of one of our owner and bartender extraordinaires here at Seven Sisters, Paul. Paul is not here today. You will notice I'm joined by the lovely Skanda and Nina. For those of you who listened to the last episode, we did drop a little teaser about Skanda. We didn't know Nina would be here too, but love
Surprise.
it. And yeah, Skanda and Nina, tell us who you are, what you're doing here.
Hi everyone. I'm Skander. I'm a drag artist. I'm also a game designer, but that's not the subject for today.
Not the subject for today.
I'm a drag artist. I started back in 2021, I think, and I'm still performing. I'm still my art is still evolving. It's very when it comes to vibes, I'm very into very punkish aesthetics. I'm kind of a creature as well, although I like to tether the line between human, gender, and everything. I like just to do whatever I feel like, but generally whatever I feel like is very a bit twisted, or not necessarily dark, but at least twisted. I just like to make twisted fun. And
You didn't say your drag name.
I didn't say my drag name. Oh my god!
Important information. Yeah.
Can we swear, by the way?
Please.
I was about to to drop a holy fuck, but yeah.
It's encouraged.
Okay, nice. Good. I feel comfortable and validated.
Literally, say what you want.
So yeah, I'm Saga, and it's literally my initials. Nothing deep there. Although you can interpret it as it's a saga, like a story.
This is the saga of your life.
Yeah, it's a saga.
I didn't know it was your initials.
Yes, it is.
So we've just learned before the episode started that these two didn't know each other's given names until 2 minutes ago. So Nina, what's your vibe? What's
I'm
your drag?
Nina. I'm a drag artist as well. That's why we're together today. So in drag, I'm la baronne des bagnoles, which in English might be like the baroness of cars.
Of cars.
Which is crazy to say in English. And I've been doing drag since a year and a half. And my drag is very feminine and also kind of creature-like, kind of like your outer space girly. And I really love it. I lip-sync a lot, and I think I focus a lot on aesthetics as well. And on emotions, and I think it's kind of what my drag is about, and we're today together because we're having a show here together.
This is it. So Just Sisters is coming to Seven Sisters. Saga and Baronne des Bagnoles will be performing here. So what exactly can people expect when they come?
So people will expect some quality hosting,
some raw talent as well.
Raw talent.
Raw talent.
Charisma, uniqueness there.
There talent.
Unforgettable games.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unforgettable.
We discussed this just before as well, because you were saying you're a big fan of Taskmaster.
Yeah.
So this has inspired kind of the games aspect to it, sort of there's going to be some live challenge stuff going on. That sounds fun. Pub drag. This is something which is familiar to Brits, I think, like the pub drag. We had a conversation about this once, I think, but you're thinking very Lily Savage, very camp, very 80s, 90s kind of... it's kind of a weird juxtaposition, is it, for you guys, like drag in an English pub? Like, is that weird, or...?
Honestly, it's not really in our culture, I think.
No.
Honestly, here we're very focused on the whole performance on stage with a very facilitated environment for putting on props and everything, and you don't really. I mean, you can go around the place you're performing in, but the usual will be very centered on a specific point, and there will be minimal interaction with the public, unless it's during the performances, of course. But here I'm expecting to have much more intimate rapport with the audience. I'm very excited for that.
So, do you feel, because this has been something that Paul, by the way, if I keep looking behind the camera, it's because Paul is acting as producer today.
I was being too demure. I'm too demure for this microphone.
Oh my God, what's this whole... Okay, I'm old, personally.
I know what you're about to say.
Am I old? Because demure, mindful.
Mindful and demure, yeah.
Where...
I'm kind of lost about it as well.
Wait, do I
Saga
even care
tells.
enough to ask where it's come from?
I think it's from TikTok, right?
It's from TikTok, and actually I saw that it was a trans woman who started this trend, and now thanks to the whole trend about it, she has gained enough money to actually
transition,
to do her transition.
Oh, damn.
Yes.
Absolutely amazing, but I have no idea
media.
where exactly it came from. I just know it from this woman.
Probably from TikTok, but I don't do
These
that kind of thing.
These things just pop
Yeah.
up, don't they? I suppose. Well, good for her. Because I just kept seeing.
Yeah.
I just kept
It's
seeing it
everywhere.
in comments and stuff. I was like, okay, this is the new thing that everyone's saying. So yeah, we were talking about this on the walk over here today.
Yeah.
The pub as the kind of very British institution. You're thinking football, men with pints and stuff.
Quizzes.
Lots of quizzes. love a quiz. But is it, do you think, considered like a safe place, like for French people in general, like the English pub? Do you think it's where they would...
I think it depends,
I
honestly.
think it depends. It's not this much of a big thing in our culture, I think. It's not something you usually go to, like, some people do, and that's great, but I think it's not everyone that goes to a pub. Like, I'm not very familiar with going to a pub, especially, like, as a woman. I wouldn't just say, oh, tonight I want to go to the pub. Like, it's not something I think about because it's not very much in our culture.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's a safe place. I think
it depends on the reputation of the pub as well. I've heard a lot of stories about a lot of pubs, and some of them I actually hear like a lot of queer people go there, but it still depends on who manages that pub and who frequents that pub as well. And yeah,
I guess in the UK it's quite similar. You've got your like the working men's club, which is extremely older generation guy, like men. You would. It's always the kind of, if you walk in, the music like scratches, like stops, and like everyone turns. And, like, looks like it's very kind of, you know. But then, I guess in bigger cities or in more, well, even in the countryside, I suppose, some country pubs, like it's for families, it's for everybody. But I just feel like sometimes there's an association with like the lad culture, you know, as we say.
yeah.
And it's interesting that you say, because I'm a woman, and I'd say, going down the pub. And all of my sort of English girlfriends would also be, it's just a social hub, really.
Oh, yeah. I see
But
that.
so it's really important to make sure it's known that everybody's welcome, you know, at the pub. It's not just for
But I also think
old men.
here in Toulouse, but I also think it's more general to all France. I don't think pubs have this reputation of being like an all boys club. I think I hear like there's a whole pile of people that goes to pubs, and they've never really heard that. I mean, sometimes it's a bit more sports oriented, so it's not necessarily for everybody. But still, I don't feel like there's a whole like all boys vibe here in France.
No, of course, no, I don't think so. But I think when you imagine of like the people that go to a club, you often think like middle-aged men going to watch football with a pint. I think that's the general image, and like just.
It's not wrong, but
I don't think that's very wrong, but that's why I'm saying that. But I don't think it's generally like the fact. I think it's more of a stereotype, but I think it's something that you still have in mind when you think of a pub.
Do you think maybe the equivalent would be like the Le PMU?
Of course.
That would be kind of like,
so,
you would never just walk into a PMU and like have a drink.
Yeah, I've never thought of it, honestly. Yeah,
I feel like that's what people think the British pub is kind of like, just like only kind of, I don't want to... Well, how would you describe the Le PMU as French people? How would you...
Honestly,
It's where you bet, right? It's where you can bet on stuff.
It's a place where, yes, you can just have like bets mostly like on horses or on sports. You can have your little scratching tickets.
To be honest, it's kind of the dream in the UK. It's like a bookies with a bar
What?
inside. Yeah, the bookies would be the bookmakers, and that's betting shops.
Yeah.
Literally
Okay,
just where you go
yeah.
and bet, but with a bar inside.
Yeah.
And a tabac.
Yeah.
So you're sorted, really. It sounds like an
Yeah.
ideal, all in one. But so we were just thinking about it, like it's
But these places are very much frequented by men. Like men go there a lot more than women, I think. When you think about it, like I know my grandfather used to go there like alone without my grandmother. It's like he just went, he put his little bets on little horses, and he's just like, I'll have a beer, and then he goes home. I think that's more of a men thing to do here.
Yeah, I mean, I believe you. I didn't live in France for most of my life, so didn't really have time to interact with PMUs or just.
Yes.
Yeah, honestly.
Remind me, where were you? We have spoken about this, I'm sure, but a few cocktails deep. Where did you grow up then?
In Tunisia, actually. Yeah. I lived there for 18 years. I was born there, and then like from a Tunisian mother and a French-Italian father, and I grew up there. I went to a French school. And then I went to Toulouse for my studies, then to Albi, then I came back. No, I went again. Also, something that's absolutely incredible that's happening there is have you heard of? And it's a great segue, by the way.
Yeah, I'm loving this. Yeah.
Have you heard of the ballroom scene?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yes.
Ballroom, of course.
Yeah.
And
Not in Tunisia, but
Yeah.
I mean,
I like where this is going.
there's actually a ballroom scene that grew in Tunisia.
So what is for the listeners? Explain the ballroom. What are we talking about?
Basically, these groups of people of color who were also queer that would go into these underground places and basically just do runways, do
Competitions?
dance competitions. Yes, like runway competitions and dance competitions. Like the dance was, of course, I think maybe you've heard of that, voguing, and the runways were all like themed. For example, like butch queen, which for example means you have to show a look where you're very like masculine, or like a femme queen, which is the opposite, where you just have to be very feminine and demure. And we could get
That
back
word
to
has been ruined. Yeah, we can't say that word anymore.
Yeah.
And,
And
I don't know. The music is always banging as well. It's like
yes.
it's rat-ta-ta-ta. It's very and there's like an MC like
MC,
like
oh my god.
So there's judges, there's categories, there's trophies at the end, and it's basically a place of expression for like LGBTQ plus
people of color,
communities.
Yeah, it was very central because back then these people wouldn't be able to have like good jobs or to live safely in the streets. So they would perform these lives they can't really have in the ballroom scene. For example, the category of executive realness. You have like to get like a really nice suit and everything. You have to perform like an executive.
So does that term originate from the ballroom scene then? 'Cause
Yes.
I knew the term from
RuPaul, yeah.
But that's directly lifted from. Okay,
It's very referenced there on RuPaul, and so it's gone big with time, and it got more accepted, so it kind of been exported to other countries, and
including Tunisia,
and it actually reached Tunisia, and what's really interesting is the fact that it naturally grew in an environment that also like represses LGBTQ people, so it all makes sense, and it all history repeats itself, and if we trust history, maybe this is also the beginning of a new chapter for LGBTQ people there. And I'm very excited.
I love that. Yeah.
I think what's also important about this is ballroom is very important about family because it's often about people who are excluded from their family because of their queerness, because of everything like that. And it's so they create new families. They have a mother, and like the mother is taking care of the child. She can like live with the child. So like it's all about family. And I think in countries where kids are repressed and excluded from their families for being queer, I think the ballroom is a place where it's celebrated to just choose your own family and take care of people, take care of your child, because your child doesn't have a family. And I think that's really important as well to have this in countries like Tunisia. It's to just feel like if you're a queer kid of color and you don't have a place where you feel safe, you can find your mother, you can find your group, and I think that's important as well.
We've spoken about who you guys are.
Yes.
Your kind of drag vibe, but we will reserve some surprises for the 14th of September, of course. The drag scene in Toulouse, evolving, growing.
We have like a scene that's very that transforms a lot. Like when it comes to the thing is that our scene isn't evolving per se, because our drag is very diverse. So you're used to see a lot of different things on stage and different creatures and different people, and it's all very colorful, and it's all very very queer as well, which is really something I'm looking for in a drag scene.
As opposed to what, more to like fashion, to
honestly,
there are fashion queens.
We have everything.
Like we have what, like if people want to see like fashion queens, just like having the idea of the RuPaul's Drag Race show.
Yeah,
of,
that's
like having just. I don't know. I think you can go see that. You can also see a more alternative drag scene. We also have a huge drag king scene.
Oh yes, our drag kings, please. They are so good.
Yes.
I love them so much.
Any names? Anyone you wanna?
Yes, I would love to shout out a few of them actually.
Elliot Desadelph.
Fluke, my love, please call me. Ediardon, how can you forget him as well?
Coco Béger,
Ranael.
I think these people are great. So we have a very diverse scene. I just think like the people who go to drag shows are more and more coming because they've seen RuPaul's Drag Race. Yep. And so they'll be attracted to shows that look like RuPaul's Drag Race or that feature RuPaul's Drag Race performers. Yeah.
But I feel like also there's a whole thing where people will go to the drag shows thinking they will see some RuPaul Drag Race stuff, and they will not see RuPaul Drag Race stuff because it's not really the drag scene. No. It's all been imported from RuPaul's Drag Race, so they end up being disappointed. And what I want to say to that is, local drag is a whole other thing. It's real, it's present, and it's very culturally involved as well. It will reflect your actual culture. So I don't know, give it a chance. It's pretty good.
I did want to ask about RuPaul, because of course I
can call if you want.
Get on the blower. Oh my god, imagine. No, it has been such a huge introduction. It's like drag 101 for so many people, me included. Like 2015.
Me included.
Literally 2015, I was second year at university, third or something. And
Season 7.
Obsessed. Just binge watching. I was like, what is this universe? What is this? Like, I obviously knew what drag was. Like, I'd known, again, like these kind of old-timey drag queens, you know, but nothing like the charisma, uniqueness, the talent, you know, the skill, the dressmaking, the dancing, the everything. But also just the, like we talked about before, like the choosing your family, being confident, being comfortable in your own skin, you know, all this stuff, which I was ever having a low day, I was like, I need to put some RuPaul on, or like during a difficult period, seasons upon seasons, just binge watching, because it makes you feel good. Yeah. But then I have been thinking recently about like, because now I don't really watch RuPaul anymore. It is still really big, but what is it like, I guess, for the non-conventional drag performer when people do expect everything to be like...
Okay.
I have strong opinions about that.
Yeah,
You can start.
Okay. Yes, it's something that's quite important for us, I think.
Has it ruined drag? I guess this is my question. Like, has it?
No, I think it
Okay.
has.
I will quote Nina Brown, RuPaul's Drag Race has fucked up drag.
This is a hot take, a very hot take.
Okay,
It's kind of what I'm getting at there.
Yeah,
you know.
I think it has its good parts and its bad parts. Of course, it has been showing the world what drag can be. It has shown the world how the types of drag. There has been more artsy queen, comedy queens, etc. I think these are things we wouldn't see. You wouldn't see if you lived like in a more of a small city or stuff like that. I think it's good for many points about like democratizing drag and making it a big thing. But first of all, in Drag Race, you're missing on drag creatures a lot. Drag kings, of course.
Has there been a drag king?
On RuPaul's Drag Race, no. We've had looks from drag queens that were inspired by kings, though.
Yeah.
But which were often read quite badly. Like Michelle Visage would hate a pantsuit. She'd hate a pant, for example.
It was kind of back then, I think.
Masculine. Is it changing? It's changing.
I think she changed her opinion,
actually,
right?
Lately, there's been RuPaul's Global All Stars.
Yep.
And there's Athena Likis, which is from Belgium, who wore an outfit that was very feminine. Just there wasn't curves, like there wasn't fake boobs or like fake hips. It was just, you often see that on Drag Race.
The boy body.
Yeah, just the boy body, but with a very feminine look. It was absolutely amazing. Yeah. And she was read by RuPaul saying it wasn't feminizing her body enough. And I think that's something that as drag queens we have to stop, because that is just saying drag artists have to create a feminine body, which is something that was the case maybe at the beginning, but today drag is so much more than that. And if Athena Likis wanted to wear an outfit with her male body, and like, I think that was quite impressive. And then, spoiler alert, she was sent home, which made absolutely no sense for fans, because they were like, this comment from RuPaul is not okay these days, and just sending her home because her outfit was not giving her enough of a feminine body is something that we outgrew as a society. And I think that's, anyways, that's my opinion about it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I wasn't going on that direction, but I absolutely agree on your point.
I wanted to say that about Michelle Visage and RuPaul, just their opinion and how it has not changed that much.
Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate. I'm honestly, the thing with Drag Race for me is as time passes, it's not that for me the show is changing. It's just that I'm changing myself, in the sense that I'm seeing more and more of the problems that are entertaining a system where standardizing. Standardizing, like for example the female body or the male body and all of that. But also I'm having lots of issues with kind of the whole the over capitalization of drag. I feel like we're losing the transgressive and counterculture aspect of drag if when we try to define drag as what we see on RuPaul Drag Race, because it's still a reality show. It's still ingrained in a capitalistic system, so it will always be through that lens, working, creating value, being sponsored by.
Well, it was based on
whatever.
America's Next Top Model, right?
Yes,
kind of the Tyra Banks, like.
But it's still been important in other countries, and I hope that to see a bit more of of an impartial opinion when it comes to that. But we also see in Drag Race France, it's still very, very, very anchored in capitalism.
Okay.
Like, for example, this last season, we've had a whole episode about the Olympics. And the Olympics, sure, okay, it can be fun, but also has lots of problems when it comes to human rights in general. So using drag to push that kind of brand or that kind of message or that kind of event that's very ingrained in capitalism and the system, I feel like we're losing the counterculture aspect of it. I don't want drag to end up being a bigger, just going towards a bigger
corporate
show, corporate and everything. Like even pride parades for me became a bit like I don't go to pride parades that much anymore because I'm a bit taken aback by the presence of companies that wouldn't even lift a finger for us if we were in danger, and we're in danger and they're not doing much. I feel like Drag Race is kind of pushing drag in that direction. I don't like it, even though I enjoy Drag Race. I love Drag Race, but it's.
I started to think about this for kind of the same reasons. Just, I guess it's natural. The bigger something gets, the risk that there is of losing the soul, the original thing. But just going back to what you were saying about the body stuff, because it's just interesting to me how you can have comments about boy body, not feminizing enough, but then there's also the stop relying on that body, as in I have a really sexy feminine body and I'm using it, but I'm relying on it. It's there's still these codes about body where what you guys are saying is really it should just be more about expression, whatever your body looks like, whatever masculine, feminine, big, small,
I mean, of course, I still think it's important to have a character, to show something that is not necessarily yourself. I'm from the theater scene, honestly. I'm not a makeup person. I'm not a dance person. I'm a theater person, and for me, my vision of drag is very character centered. So I need to see another character. I need to see someone else that's not you on stage. I need to see a whole other character. So I do understand the message of I'm not fully seeing the character. I'm still seeing you.
Right.
But using the argument of I don't want to see boy. I don't want to see girl. And it's a bit weird when we still see all of the progress we're starting to make and we're trying to do when it comes to the deconstruction of gender. I don't know. It's for me. It's a bit weird.
I have other critics about that as well because Drag Race has been more and more about reveals. You have to do 100 reveals so people are happy. And
the wig reveal.
And it's never enough, so you have to create a new reveal. So people are coming to drag shows expecting 1,000 reveals, and you always have to live up to what the drag trend is right now. And also, it's, I don't know, people I've started thinking that it's okay to judge drag queens because it's what they've been seeing on the drag show. It's become
I can feel that.
Of course we all like to watch Drag Race and to say ooh, I don't like her outfit.
Yeah, but who do we think we are? We're not.
Who do we think we are? And also it's not a reason to come at a drag show and
yes, exactly.
yourself as that.
Yes, exactly. Yes,
when you come to a drag show,
no one wants that person.
Artists that have been working, that are getting paid, that are putting their whole mind to it, and you're coming and you're ooh, no, I don't think so. And also, people have been using that. I've been to a drag show in Nantes, and there was une scène ouverte, I don't know what...
open mic.
Open mic, I think, of drag. And the whole concept was there was a few drag artists that were completely different, and people could vote on their phone to like rank them from best to worst.
That's
horrible.
Problematic.
Oh my god,
That's
horrible.
problematic, and that wasn't like that was just like a year ago, 2 years ago.
Ranking.
And I think ranking.
Oh god.
And so, first of all, I think it raised the problem of like people are judging artists based on what they're doing, even though drag is such a large spectrum. Drag can be done anyway if you want to be more this, more that. You can do whatever you want in drag. That's what makes drag perfect and unique. And just like, of course, the ranking was like drag kings at the bottom because people just
they're not used to it, and they're like, this
it.
isn't
And
the
like,
drag I know.
Yeah,
the
there's a
drag
bias
queen
there.
Yeah.
performing on Dua Lipa and just like going reveal after reveal, like stunt and splits and stuff like that. Of course she won, you know, and we all knew what was the outcome of that because that's what people are used to. And drag is so eclectic and there's so much stuff to see. You have to go to your local drag show to see what drag is about, to see that this person makes more of a creature, this person makes drama, this person makes dance. Like, it's so different from people to person and from drag artist to drag artist that just judging people and thinking because of Drag Race it's okay that I come and that I judge people in front
But
of
it's
them.
not always a competition.
Yes.
There's very little things that I hate more than those gaggles of gays that go to shows and they complain like she didn't like a triple jump split. Like, girl, you don't even know how to put on eyeliner properly.
Yeah.
Like it's like look at what you have in front of you. Like we're not on Drag Race.
It's been a really good chat. I'm really glad. I'm
I
glad
loved
we
it.
touched on the RuPaul stuff because that was kind of a burning question. Like, what do drag performers really think about this huge
it's
phenomenon?
It depends on the artist as well. Like we are like the weirdos kind of and the queer ones. So we surely have like some strong opinions about RuPaul. But like some people who are like really into that kind of drag, of course they'll be okay with that.
But it's not. There's not just one kind of drag. I guess is the big takeaway.
And people tend to forget that. People tend to forget that. I'm honestly one of my worst nightmares is finding a drag scene where everyone looks alike and sounds alike and performs alike. I've seen that once in Paris. I was some kind of
terrifying
of like after party.
Oh god!
And I was in the smoking lounge and there was like another gaggle of drag queens who all looked alike. I think it's the same person who did the makeup, and honestly they were all behaving the same way, and it really freaked me out. Honestly, I was kind of scared. I thought I was like in an episode of like the of like Doctor Who or something.
Yeah,
it was terrifying. Like I was like, oh my god, wait, can you all do different sentences? Like I mean, it was really freaky, honestly. It was terrifying. I hope I don't see a scene like that one day. Like it's for me, it's worst nightmare.
And also a reminder that cisgender women can do drag.
Yes,
and it's also something that's not very much on.
Very misunderstood.
It's starting to see, like we had two, I think. Victoria's Cone from the UK and Pandora Knox.
And also a third one we have from Spain, season 3.
Sorry for her, we lost her name.
We love you. I remember your performances. You're so great. I'm sure I got. Wait. It's Clover Beach.
Oh, nice.
Clover Beach. Te quiero, guapa.
I wasn't expecting you to find that, but you did. I was like, we'll move on. No, nice.
But yes, it's the important stuff. Like everyone can do drag. And that's not something you can see in Drag Race.
I'm feeling really inspired. I feel like this is exactly what for the show. Don't expect the expected. Yeah. Basically. Yeah. You know, expect something a bit weird, a bit, freaky.
Fun.
Yeah, fun.
We're going to be fun.
We're going to have fun together.
And sexy.
And sexy, always sexy.
Always sexy.
With me, it's always a bit
naughty.
And with me, it's always horrible.
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah.
Give Instagrams or anything that you want people to follow on.
You can find me on Instagram, Saga, Saga. And also on Twitch, actually. You can find me also on Twitch, on the streaming platform. It's still drag_saga. I didn't stream that much for the last weeks, but I'm gonna pick it up again, I think.
Do you stream in drag?
Yes.
Oh my
I do
god,
stream in drag. I play video
that.
games. I review music. I talk about Drag Race.
Oh my god, we need to get on that.
It's really fun.
That
I
sounds
love doing
amazing.
that. Just a lot of banter. I'm just really annoying, and there's also those sound effects. They're really fun. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, and you can find me on Instagram at baronne des bagnoles. I'm not gonna spell that.
We'll
it's quite
put it
long.
up.
You'll put it up, but if just basically baronne des bagnoles.
I've had a peek. It's very sexy.
Kind of.
So yeah, what is it? 17th. So fucked up. 14th of September. It was quite a light lunch. I'm a bit pissed. 14th of September, 8 o'clock onwards. You need to book if you want to sit down. Otherwise, standing is welcome, but you might want to sit down.
Yeah.
Anything else? Seven Sisters, come to the pub as usual. Come here. It is open. The quiz is coming back on the 1st of September.
6th of September.
Yeah.
Sorry, 6th of September. All the times are going on. 6th of September.
Can't wait to be eighth place again.
Yeah, I know.
Really great.
Oh my god.
Love that.
And also something exciting, just to finish the housekeeping, is rum and bass.
Yeah.
We saw that on the front of
yeah.
the bus.
We're
It's
so
exciting.
Well, come for a dance. What is it? This Saturday?
This isn't going to be up.
Oh.
This is going to be.
As we afterwards. Okay. Well, a future new fun night, rum and bass. Come to the next one. We'll let you know when it is. Lots of music, bangers mixed by the lovely Paul on the ones and twos.
Incredible.
Spirits and mixers, £4 all night. So I don't know why you wouldn't, really.
Yeah.
Anything else? I think we're good.
No.
Yeah.
Love the
Okay.
chat.
Seven Sisters. What is it? Seven Sisters Pubcast
Yeah.
on YouTube. Is that the
Are we
channel?
in a pub?
Seven
right now.
Sisters 759.
Are we in a pub?
Seven Sisters 759.
That's not the right.
Right.
Seven Sisters.
So check out the Seven Sisters YouTube channel, Seven Sisters Pub on Instagram, Facebook, and yeah. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Bianca.
Bianca. Love you so
See
much.
you.
Bye.
Bye. Here we go.